Morning all. This is the second Ritzel game. I'm playing Daniel Dunbring, I'm USSR. Away we go. So, we'll open 4-4-1 and we've got independent red, so we'll go Austria. And I'll plug in my hand. Captured Nazis, probably a fine headline because I don't have any 4-op cards. I can't afford to use socialist governments and then coup with de Gaulle. We should just aim on Iran and hope to deal with Europe later. This is going to be a tricky start. Middle East scoring, yeah. So we'll work on the region we're worried about. Of course, we'll see how they open. If they put 3 in Iran. Not a Marshall Plan opening. 4-3-3, in which case we do go socialist governments, but we expect to see defectors. Oh, containment. Okay, well, we have half a chance here. To seal the deal, I'm going to use the China card, because I do not want to use the 3-up card and roll a 1. Okay, good start. Shame I had to use the China card, but that sorts Europe out. That was a gift, as annoying as it is cooing Italy while holding Middle East scoring. Had to be tried. Ooh, well, make sure you play into Egypt. Okay. God, it's frustrating using de Gaulle before they move into France, but well, let's move into France ourselves. And remove independent reds. So they need to use 4-ops to fill Saudi and Jordan for domination, so we may be able to get the Middle East away relatively clean. Okay, that's good for us. I mean, it could be even better, but it's not. So we'll drop Middle East scoring for 1. We'll try and get off to space as well. If we see duck and cover go, we might even be able to set up. I mean, it's a pipe dream. If they don't move to France, then we have the outside chance of filling France, keeping DEFCON at 5, and realigning West Germany. The counterpoint is they then get to try and coup Italy, so we probably also want to overprotect Italy. Okay. That's now not happening. Oh, a 6 though, that's good. So now we event Vietnam revolts so we can move into Thailand. That's helpful to us. They'll move into Pakistan. We still have potential purge blockade to deal with West Germany, even if DEFCON doesn't immediately rise again. Well, there's duck and cover. So we will cover Thailand. Yeah. Okay, so we're off to a decent start. We managed to avoid getting dominated in the Middle East. We're in a bad way in Asia. We really need to convert South Korea. Okay, well the overprotect. We'll put 1 in South Korea. Let's say our 6. We'll just overprotect the heck out of Thailand so they can't tap it just now for the China card. And we're holding captured Nazi, which is probably a blandish headline. But yeah, purge blockade would be sweet. But taking South Korea and dodging Formosa, I mean, Asia's going to be tough. 5-year plan Asia is a nice gambit too. Of course, DEFCON will be 4 if they don't coup. I know, with Truman Doctrine. That'll do. You gonna take Korea? Then we need to try and bink Indo-Pakistani war for the big coup on Pakistan. Taking Korea would be the best move here, although of course they fear Korean war. They're not set up for it. Okay. That's good for us if we get Asian scoring in the headline. We don't. Indo-Pakistani war. US-Japan coup Pakistan? Or US-Japan straight... Oh, we've got Formosa. So US-Japan straight take Korea is fine. Cambridge 5 gives us perfect information. So, yeah, worst case scenario here, we get purged. Which is really bad for us. So we go Cambridge 5 for information. Ah! Okay. Well, now we know. They get counter coup, but we can then use US-Japan to fill South Korea. And then set up some overprotect and go from there. Going for it and with a 2-op card. That's more than I could hope for, but they still got there. Brilliant. We'll trade. We'll put Formosa in space. Truman Doctrine into Austria, which dominates and sets up an eventual, potential, huge realign on West Germany, if we can get there. Oh, great. Please, please, please. No. Fine. So we overprotect Asia to make absolutely sure the China card's not going to swing anything quickly. Captured Nazi, Truman Doctrine, and we're going to hold Formosa Resolution so it doesn't come back in the reshuffle, because that would be a disastrous swing in Asia. Please miss. Yep, good. Oh, I don't need to rush capture Nazi now. Purge blockade is still real. That would be so ridiculous, but I'll take it. Of course, the counter coup, in a way, in Panama, reset everything, but it works predominantly in my favor if I was to be dealt CIA in the reshuffle. Comic-Con's nice. Spread influence around the 3-stab regions. Right, with Truman Doctrine gone and de Gaulle still in the deck, we don't have to worry massively about France. Yeah, sensible. We'll go off to space. So Middle East isn't great, but NASA's still to come out, and that will give us some adjacency to Egypt for a while. That's great for us. What can we do with 2-ops? We could move into Israel, but we could I suppose actually what we'll do is we'll put one in Syria to make sure we don't get wiped out of the region, and we'll overprotect France. Bland, but acceptable. Yeah, protect our gains. So they can use the China card to jam Korea's and gain temporary domination that I can repair. They need to use a 4-op card to clear me out the Middle East, and NASA could always be headline to solve that. We get Formosa Resolution away next turn to space to ensure that Asia can't be... Well, Shuttle Diplomacy is obviously a mid-war card we need to watch out for. Going for it. Okay. Purge blockade could happen. Let's not get too excited. We got the China card back. So we got Purge, we got Blockade, we got Nuclear Test Ban, we got NATO. So they did get Marshall Plan. If they headline it, they could be in trouble. They got UN Intervention. They got Decol and D-Style. Ugh. Let's do it. Oh, please don't take Blockade. Oh. So they now need to hold Nuclear Test Ban. Big coup. Nice. Now we can event NASA. Use special relationship before they fill the UK. If they drop Marshall Plan, we hit them, and we hit them hard. They can UN Intervention decol, and they can space D-Style. So we'll still blockade them to ensure they don't get an AR6. But next up is fill South Korea. Cool. That's an unknown card known. So now we'll give them the chance to fill it with Marshall Plan. And in doing so, give up West Germany. Right, we'll use the Cambridge 5. We can keep doing this. So we're missing one card. They've got Marshall Plan, Decol, D-Style, and UN Intervention. We kind of want to wait to blockade them until they've used you an intervention so we know they won't get an AR6. Here it comes. You an intervention on decol. So D-Star, Marshall, and one other. And we're going to event NASA and event blockade. Mm-hmm. Your other card is NORAD. Okay. We are not going to use blockade just yet. Well, although we're not going to get a better chance. Yeah, we want to deny an AR6, don't we? Yeah. We'll blockade away Marshall Plan. So now our only gambit into West Germany is ABM treaty in the headline phase. I think it's denying them an AR6 and denying them a 4-op card is fine. Choices. Portuguese Empire crumbles for a sneaky Africa scoring. Yeah, I like that. Oh, even better. That was a swing to me in VP. Asia scoring for 1 VP down next. Oh, no. Move to Libya before Sadat. We'll event Indo-Pakistani war just for the Milops. So if we can get Asia down for 1, we can use Junta next turn. We're going to try and score Europe for domination, but probably not control. I think control's a bit of a pipe dream, but there we go. Can't help a guy but dream. Formosa to space, Nixon to space if we get a chance to double space this turn. We probably want to drop Asia fairly quickly too, actually, because shuttle diplomacy is a massive kick in the teeth. Well, that's a shame. I think We're going to wait to deal with that. How very annoying. Alliance for Progress before they fill any more. Definitely holding Hunter to do something next turn. If we can get that. Okay. I mean, that's great for us. What we're going to do is we're going to put 2 more in Israel. I know that Sadat's going to screw us. But that dissuades him competing for Israel. Good. Miss. Ah. Okay, we drop Asia scoring for 1. So the rest of our turn we're going Space Formosa, hopefully Space Nixon. Event Indo-Pakistani War for Milops. Yep. Fishing some cards out the deck's not a bad option. What do you got? Middle East scoring? Europe scoring? Lone Gunman? Muslim Rev? Quagmire? OPEC? IND and Libthi. Right, so we now know that the Americas are going to be very problematic for us. Please hit. Success. Don't have one small step. Because we want to Space Nixon next. Dang it! Nicely done. You can't play around that stuff. So we give back the China card to our chagrin. And we'll AR7 Indo-Pakistani War in India to get our Milops, forcing them to coup Southeast African states if they want Milops this turn. Ain't that a kick in the head? Okay, that's nice. That'll do. Coup Botswana. 2 in South Africa will start to fill South America. Oh, a wee tap. That's fine. Event Indo-Pakistani War, India. 6. Oh, so close. Iraq and Saudi are ripe for Muslim revolution at least, and they didn't get it in the card pile. Let's hope they don't have Middle East scoring, because what we did is we traded 2 VP there for 3 VP. No, Brezhnev. Easy peasy. Sham Israel? No, get a coup for Milops, yeah. Fine. So we can be bold or greedy with the scoring cards, can't we? So, what's bad for us in the headline? Panama Canal, OAS, ABM, Bear Trap, etc. So I think we go Hunter rather than a scoring card. Oh boy. Be good. Yes. Very lucky. Next up will be a brush war on Panama. We've got to space grain sales, which means we need to be fairly smart about the use of Culture Revolution in Isuri. Although, I don't know, Isuri, what are they going to do? They're going to jam into overprotected countries already I can repair. So maybe Isuri is a fine play. We're giving up 1 op. So yeah, space grain sales. But I think next up is Event Brush War. On Panama, gives us our Milops as well. If they move to Uruguay, I guess we have to take Brazil. Oh, very nice. Oh, they've got ABM and Shuttle Dip. Oof. Well, they've got a bunch of ways of upgrading DEFCON, haven't they? And they got Muslim. Good for them. Nice play. Can't argue with that. Okay. So we'll put our op in Israel. Uruguay? Oh no, okay. Preparing for Southeast Asia scoring. So we'll get our brush on Panama. Yeah. It may get ABM'd, but we go for it. It's not going to be ABM'd. So now we have to ditch Central America scoring before we get overrun. Let's hope they don't put 3 in Costa Rica as a response. Although it did look like the obvious coup target. It's an unscored region. Where else am I going to do? So let's hope they don't take it as a Q. Oh boy, here we go. Salt Purge, just for good measure. This is a monster hand for them, and I just need to do what I can to survive. Which is going to be tricky. We'll drop Central America before it gets worse. And we'll hope that the salt coups go badly for them. Presumably starting with Thailand. Things are in a very precarious state. Well, that's good news, because it's not being evented. And they're attacking unscored regions, which is also good. So we'll use and ditch Asuri. Feel free to use the China card to jam it, but I'd say that's a waste of time. We get the China card, we can use Cultural Revolution to repair South Korea. Next up, we'll be taking Brazil. Spacing grain sales. We can always use nuclear subs, AR7. Get out the deck, keep hold of Cultural Revolution in case you want to use the China card and take it back. Using ABM to coup. Oh, excellent. That's a big old mess. Yep. Fine. Of course, they've got OAS, so no major worry there. Mm-hmm. And the headline peaking. Ooh, that one small step was big. Grain in response. Fails. Okay. No VOA yet, so we'll go nuclear subs, 3 Venezuela, 2 Brazil. With shuttle diplomacy gone, if we can fade Sadat, we might be able to score Europe and Middle East at domination, which would be pretty big. That would be the difference. Ooh, OAS for influence. Oh, maybe they want to keep it in the deck for later in the game. Oh, yeah, I'd need to do that to avoid VOA. Might be able to incite them into a coup here, but of course, yeah, raising it to DEFCON 5 is bad for them because then we can hit West Germany. So I expect to see a How I Learned coup or an Ask Not coup because they've seen no, they won't ditch Ask Not because they may get dealt Europe and Middle East scoring. So hold Purge, How I Learned, coup somewhere. No, influence, okay. A tap, yeah, getting ready for Sadat. So we want to be dealt Europe and Middle East scoring so we can control it. We get one of them. So Quagmire. So we can ditch CIA safely, I guess. Yeah. We've got defectors, so he'll know that we're Quagmiring. So obviously the likely response is going to be Bear Trap. So they're no worse off. Alas, we didn't get Sadat or Middle East scoring, so we can't control that. We're going to be looking at neutrality in the Middle East. But we should be able to get Europe for Dom. If we don't get Quagmired, I like CIA. If we don't see Sadat in the headline, I like CIA, fill Egypt. Although they'll see we have Middle East scoring. I think we still want them to event Sadat. An op for an op. Although we want to event CIA first. Ooh, VOA's hard. Okay. So they're in the trap. What's the right order here? CIA, see if they coup. If they don't, we can retake Libya and Egypt. Southeast Asia scoring could be worse. I guess it doesn't matter if we do CIA before. I suppose if we do Europe, we can see if they get stuck in the trap another turn. Yeah, because we don't want to use CIA before we see if they get stuck. They don't get stuck. Okay, so event CIA first. You're going to go one into Libya. You're going to try for a coup. I guess coupping Egypt would be alright for them. If they hit. So we event and repair Panama, drop southeast, hold defectors rather than space. We're miles behind and we're not getting any points. We just hold defectors and make sure it doesn't carry. We want to event Cultural Revolution and take the China card back before they miss LMV us. Because if they have miss LMV, they're basically gaining an op and denying us the China card. But getting CIA out of our hand was the first thing first. I expect to see coup Egypt or coup Brazil, or possibly one op into Libya, which isn't a shabby gambit. If they go one into Libya, I think I take a chance on cooing Zaire to get access back into Africa prior to the reshuffle. No, took the coup. So we'll make them use a 3-op card in Libya and Sadat. We know they've got Arsenal and Purge. We don't know the rest of their hand. We may use defectors. I guess there's enough powerful headlines that they're likely to use those instead. Although, of course, they're peaking, so getting defectors back and being able to defect a really good headline is nice for them. They've got perfect information. There's not a lot we can do about that. So, yeah, we can use Panama Canal and Summit in the Middle East if they don't do more trouble there first. We kind of want to event Fidel ahead of late war, just making sure we've got a foothold in Central America. Ah, the China card cometh. Fine. So we'll go Egypt and see if they've got Sadat. If they have Sadat, I am sad. We may hold Culture Revolution now because then we could blast the China card and then steal it back with Cult Rev, which is always nice. Southeast Asia scoring coming up. We need to get a coup off. But it only has to be a 1-op coup in order to match Milops. So we don't need to use defectors and give up the VP anyway. Okay, well, we get 2 Milops there. Bonus. Now we don't need to worry about cooing this turn. What are they going to do with the 2 ops, though? Southeast Asia scoring coming up. So Event Fidel, Summit for Ops, Space Defectors, and really hope it doesn't come back into their hand. I think. Because we want to hold Culture Revolution for a 4-op China card. Swingy swing, I think. Although it's only gaining us an op. We can just use the Culture Revolution for ops. Although the China card currently flips Pakistan, which is relatively sizable in the context of shuttle diplomacy and Formosa resolution. Oh, that's a lot of power. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we're going to use Culture Revolution and level it back up. I'll trade 4 for 3. If you do it again with Purge, in many ways, I guess we're happy. But I think what's likely is an AR7 Bear Trap followed by a headline Purge. Oh, good. It's a shame we weren't dominated, but we held out. So now we definitely Let's make Taiwan harder in case of Formosa resolution. And we'll event Fidel AR7. OPEC to space, of course. That's a huge VP swing. Bear trap. A 1-op realign. No change. We got bear trap. That is very, very good for us. Decol also very nice for us. But we have to watch out for the fact that they're going to see what we headline. They're going to have Sadat. Missile MV. We give them arms race. Okay, so I make them 4. Purge and Ask Not, U2, Willy, Sadat, Colonial Rearguards, and Missile MV. So I think we go lads first. Yeah. Now we may get purged, in which case we just make the best of repairing our woes. Okay. That's sad. Now we want to try and do as much eventing as possible. But we'll start with cooing with Che. Nice big coup. And then we space bear trap because we don't want to event arms race and then get missile envid into missing our entire turn. Now we're purged. So that's a crucial play. And then we're just repairing the heck out of everything. Repair all the things. Oh, that could be huge. Big swing back. Space bear trap. Okay, that's nice. Edge closer towards that not getting peeked at. So we know 6 of their 7 cards now. We now want to use arms race, because then if they missile envy us, we can just give them defectors. Which would be nil points, which would actually be good for us. We'd actually get an op for nothing. Great. Counterplay. A little annoying, but we may be able to take Algeria at least to ensure a lack of control. Actually, we don't want to be missile envied right now because they'll get 3 VP out of it. hopefully they fear duck and cover. Oh, so many ops. How am I supposed to compete with that? Okay. Ooh, this isn't good. Is that the Middle East because we're about to lose Sadat? Event and repair John Paul. Event and put one in Israel with Camp David. Do we want to hold how I learned so we could set DEFCON to 5 and realign West Germany for European control? That's balmy, but possible. I suspect it's going to hold ask not. Hunter. Oh, I've absolutely lost track of the cards along the way because now there's fewer cards than I thought. Now I'm in trouble. So he's not got one of you two, Willie, Sadat, and Missile Envy. Well, there's Sadat. Darn it. Yeah, that's fine. So we're hoping to 5-year plan Africa. How I learned realign of West Germany might now be our best route to victory, with DEFCON cards gone and most of the board looking seriously blue. There's U2 incident. So I guess that he doesn't have Willy Brandt because I know he's got Ask Not. Okay. Well, Ortega comes into play now. Yep. Okay. How I learned DEFCON 5. Try and realign West Germany. We'll use the China card to maximize our rolling. Hope they don't flip a... Oh boy, that's a big score. Okay. We're going to have to go for it. Oh god, NATO's in. Dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Probably didn't have a better headline. Still annoying. Keep it at 3. No. Africa's doomed. Let's level up the Middle East. Oh dear. Oh dear, 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 dear. Very unlikely to win the game from this point. Mm-hmm. So they don't hold Africa scoring. We can take a while to deal with that. So Voice of America off to space. No more peaking. It may not matter. Chernobyl AR7. Glasnost goes. Didn't want the 2 VP ABM. Doing alright. Set up for trouble, but not execute. We'll use the Reformer to put 2 in Poland to cover Solidarity. Ah. Yep, okay. Lots of easy recovery. We'll do our own overprotecting, I guess. Yeah. That's good. So we'll flip Pakistan with the China card. The Middle East is, of course, problematic. But we'll worry about that later. And now we have to tear down this wall. And we can hold Reagan bombs Libya as well. Although, maybe we don't want to use the reformer in Europe. Glasnost gone. Poland's mostly protected. Hasn't Sotgov gone? So just fishing for VP? Oh, it's going to be a struggle to win the game from here. Such a struggle. Yeah, double terrorism strand with Ortega. So Iranian hostage crisis, terrorism, Aldrich leaving with Ortega is about it. So we use Chernobyl to flip Zaire and expect probably an AR7 flip back. So there is a way, in inverted commas. If we can avoid Star Wars, War Games, cut their hand down, and leave them with Ortega, which is all hyper-specific. I'd say it's unlikely. But that's a start. Ooh, now we really want terrorism. Oh, we got Ortega. Game's over. That was our last remaining gambit. We'll see their hand, but yeah, there's no way to win now. Okay. Oh, they got terrorism. So there you go. If we'd got terrorism and they got Ortega, we would have had the game. Instead, they do. Oh well, well played. Can't argue with the results. Okay, so what do we want to ditch? Not worried about being terrorized. Not worried about special relationship. East European unrest is annoying, but not decisive. So I guess it's asked not. And then overprotect Zaire. Overprotect Pakistan. Yes. How bland. So yeah, the game's done and dusted now. Okay, that's good because it neutralizes the Middle East for us. So is next up jamming Argentina, making them use East European unrest or 5-year plan for ops instead of card drop. It only gets us AVP, that's the annoying thing. I'm first going to go into Uruguay. My thinking being, when I now jam Argentina, it at least dominates. Getting ready for special relationship. So we'll tap both. What do you read me for? Okay, so we've managed to avoid our hand being cut down. But we'll tap Argentina again. They may event special relationship here and put 2 in Italy and say, take your pick. I'll give up Italy because we dominate fairly comfortably in Europe. We'll take the quick domination in South America to help with score lines. It's not going to save us. Ortega was our last hope in the deck, and it's gone. It does it. Okay, so we will take South America domination. And they can now either take Italy or Argentina, or use the China card to take both. And they do neither. Pershing to space. So we will retake Italy and challenge Argentina. Putting them in War Games reach. So they will now use East European unrest to take Argentina. Ah, interesting. Oh, then we use liberation theology to take Argentina and we try and get a coup off on Central America. Dominating another area suits us fine. And are you going to use East European unrest for a coup? Or are you going to event it to try and weaken Poland for solidarity? I don't think it matters either way. Well, we made it to turn 10. I missed the end of turn 9. Okay. Denies domination. Not shabby. So if we get space off, we could hit the space shuttles. Oh, we've got so many DEFCON suicide cards. That's not even funny. So let's duck and cover and see if we can sting them into DEFCON suicide. Well, at least they can't get war games. Oh well, that's not too bad. China D-style OPEC Europe. We will bury you. Nice. Well, let's hope. Oh no, socialist governments is fine for them as well. Now we are doomed here. Doomed, doomed, doomed. Let's space tear down this wall. Please hit. Great. So now we can event one small step. But I think we're just too many points behind. Miss, 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 miss. Yes. Oh, we can do that anytime now. So I guess the next thing is ABM treaty somewhere. Panama? No, Mexico, I guess. Mexico? Panama's less realignable in the long run. They got turn 10 AR7 anyway. I suspect a lot of this is academic. We can't do enough to break Africa. And they don't have war games, right? Because they tried to space. So Marine barrack bombing is AR7, so I guess it's ABM treaty next. And we'll go Panama for the reduced rear lines. Really need a 5 or a 6 here to have any hope. A 3 is not enough, right? Now our game really is done and dusted. We won't be able to break control in Central America. So even with domination in South America, Europe, the Middle East, with a 6 odd VP lead, it ain't gonna cut it. Oh well played by Daniel. Weathered a fairly early storm pretty well. No arguments. And after yesterday's obscenely good fortune, I also think it's a fair cop. Yeah, fine. Yeah, no worries there. What do I want to do next? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I need to overthink this. I don't think I'm going to win. But I suppose I have to try and set it up. So event Indo-Pakistani War, event one small step, event Marine Barracks Bomb. We've got 2 ops left for Yuri and Samantha. There's Solidarity. So we will overprotect Italy. So yeah, I think this game has been a dead dog since Ortega dropped into my hand. Just limping our way to the finish line. I think we have to use Indo-Pakistani War for ops to make sure we maintain domination in Europe, because they can tap Portugal. So event 1 small step, Indo-Pakistani War 2 into Turkey, event Marine Barracks bombing, turn 10 AR7, and then they get to respond however they like to make sure they definitely win. But it looks like it's going to get a final scoring rather than tip over the 20 VP mark, but still a loss is a loss. Coming in heavy with the China card. Fine. I mean, that gives us a VP for a VP, or for 2 VP. So 1 VP swing. We'll take our 4 VP. Well, we each 1 small stepped there, so I guess in the end I came off okay. But yeah, turn 10 AR7 is going to be the thing that kills me. And with 5 cards in his hand and 3 action rounds to play, it's not like he's going to end up with an unpalatable choice. Okay, so now we use Indo-Pakistani War. Oh no, wait, we can use Marine Barracks bombing now, right? Yeah. Great. So we'll do that to dominate the Middle East. Yeah. Turn 10 AR7. What do you got? Voice of America. I think it's in the discard pile. But either way, they're up 6, 14, 20, minus 4, 5, 8, 13, 14. So they'll win by 12 points, right? Up 20. Oh no, including their 6. Yeah. We end up offsetting one another right now. So whatever they do. So it looks like it's going to final scoring. Good game, good game. Wait for the clock to stop and then take a game. Tap Europe. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're saying the same thing. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. I'm happy to know if there's something I missed there. I think it's just the tide turning, but I'm keen to know. So feedback welcome, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.